4 or 5. Oh, that'll be just about 3 to this corner. Just 2, I guess.
It's a lot of thicknesses.
Yeah. See, it's got this stuff in it between.
Now, do you wash the quilt so the pen mark goes away, or does that matter?
That'll leave.
That'll leave.
Yes,
Okay.
when you wash it. I like it much better with the blue, but like my dad used to sit there when Katie and I'd be quilting when we were young, and he'd always say to Katie, "You're not holding your mouth right." She always moves her mouth or something. One stitch at a time, you finally get the quilt done.
Yeah.
But I can't believe it. I got it this near done already. I thought I got it half done. Because I didn't think I quilted that steady.
But you must have.
I did, I guess. Some days I didn't even touch this until yesterday afternoon. From Wednesday afternoon, Jamie helped me turn it. Until yesterday afternoon, I didn't have anything to do, and so I sat down and quilted a few stitches.
Now this is all the other needlework. What do you call it? Is this like that?
That's cross stitch.
That's just cross stitch.
That's cross stitch.
Yeah. Do you still have more to do on those? Do you have to do all this?
Yes. Yeah. See, if you go on and turn
Those
that.
other ones are done.
Those are
Okay.
half
done. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. See, this is a little bit harder to go around.
Is that going to be a color too, or is that what color is this all going to be?
All white.
All white. Okay, that's white. Then I
Yes.
see.
That's all white, because then the back is all white.
Okay.
See the quilting.
I see.
I said there's one thing I like about wintertime. I like to quilt when there's snow on the ground.
Yeah.
And this light is just wonderful.
It's a good light.
And it makes a little bit of heat on the.
That's good.
So you don't push all the way down through and then pull back up. You just
Each time.
No, not
you
each
keep
time.
the needle on top.
Push it through each time. You have to push it through each time.
What do you do with your end when you run out of thread? You put it on the other side or inside or what?
No, I'll show you when I get to the end here. I just stitch back and then I stick it in between the material.
Right. Okay.
My hardest job, kinda, is threading my needles anymore.
Yeah.
Because at first I did it real good, easy for me, but anymore it's going a little harder. I don't know whether my eyes are getting more blurry or what. See, that when I get done, then I put the binding on. You know which finish is all. Now this binding will be pink.
Okay.
I didn't have to, well, I had bought this, I just go back and then, oh, that's too short. We'll start again. I maybe waste thread, but one year for Christmas, Jamie gave me 5 spools of Christmas.
Oh.
And I don't think in my lifetime I'm ever going to get them all used because it only takes about 1.5 for each quilt, you know.
And that's all you have to do, and that thread will hold, or the tying it.
You have to tie a knot in the end.
But I mean, the way you finished off that last piece.
Yeah, and just go back and then.
You can get those needle threaders now. Have you ever seen those?
Well, these is almost too little.
Oh, if your your end is awful. So look how little that needle is.
Sure, that's the reason you.
That's about as big as a pin. I mean, really.
Well, it's a small pin, but that isn't the smallest. I've got some smaller ones. But that's about all I can handle now. I mean,
goodness, that's little.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't think I can thread that either, Grandma. Let's see how you do that.
Sometimes it takes effort. I had my light on here.
There you go.
You think it's bright. I mean, you're outside. And then I always think you're stepping on
Oh,
it.
I'm stepping on it. Good grief. No wonder you couldn't do it this whole time. Now, you're just going to quilt in that? You're not going to do it in those?
Yes, I'm going to do it in all of them, but I don't have to have it marked. See?
You don't?
When I, no.
You can do it without it?
Yes, I don't mark those.
Why?
See, this I did without marking, you know. And that way you don't have the marks on them. And this here just goes around there. Now, some people quilt in the ditch, but you know, that's hard for me to do.
So you've got to do all this in all these stripes. You've got to do all this yet.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a white ways to go.
Oh, it won't take that long.
Oh, goodness.
Well, I put it in the middle of January, and I got half of it done
This just
already.
seems overwhelming to me.
Well, I tell you, when it's something you'd like to do and it's
Yeah.
kind of lonely.
Well,
and
I guess I think of it seems harder because I've never done. I mean, I think if you do one, then you realize you can do it or
Yeah.
something. But when I sit here and look at you doing this, I think I could never do this.
Jean, she learned to quilt real good.
Yeah.
But, well, June can quilt. Different people, new quilters in this day and age, they say, you don't have to make small stitches, just so you have them even.
Oh.
Well, my stitches are not even. It's when I go back to start out again like this, I can't judge just exactly where to start.
Your stitches are small, though.
They're smaller. They're smaller than most people's.
Use double thread.
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's just you'll pull it through.
But I use genuine quilting thread. We used to take it and have beeswax here
Oh, really?
and then, you know, do each one. But
What's different about quilting thread?
it's
Slicker?
stiffer and
Stiffer.
it's kind of waxed. Like.
Oh, it is. I can see. I can see the difference.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you, you can't hardly break it with your hands.
That's good.
So you already tied a knot in the end of that one.
I had the knot here on the end, see,
Okay.
because that'll be under the binding. I should have showed you how I started in the middle, but this is the way it's.
Yep.
How did you get this pattern on here?
Oh, that's stamped.
Okay,
Raised.
that's stamped.
That was stamped with the, when I bought a bunch of blocks like these
Okay.
when I made you kids' wedding quilts.
Mhm.
And I overbought,
Okay.
but they were on sale, so they didn't cost me much. Well, I picked out the ones I liked the best and made those. And, well, I didn't buy them all at once. I bought them different times. And I had got 2 bundles left, so. And then for Christmas, my friend Martha Butler gave me let's see, 18 blocks.
Goodness.
I just use 12 usually.
Now, not all quilts have cross stitch on them.
No,
You just like that. You do a lot of yours like
I
that?
like to cross stitch better than I do the other.
Okay.
But what Martha gave me for Christmas is just plain embroidery.
Okay.
Well, see, this has a little bit of plain embroidery.
Right. I saw that. Yeah.
Mhm. But not much. But I'm not as good at plain embroidery. I don't know why. Whether I don't have patience or what. Now, see, when I want to go to a different place, I just stitch back on that and go.
Go wherever you're going.
Yeah. See. That way I don't have to break my threads off.
Oh, yeah.
Did you go all the way down, or did you go in between the
I went in between.
pieces? Okay.
Yeah, so you
I went
don't
in
see it
between
on
the
the
materials.
side.
So you won't see it.
I used to could quilt back this way real good, but anymore I just
With your
I
wrist.
just don't really work very good anymore. So, but it's something I like to do. So I do this. Well, I feel like I've done something for the winter.
Sure. You know, that's when my best days are when I feel like I get something done.
Right.
When you don't see anything,
You
know,
don't see anything you've done.
then I hate that.
I do too. It's kind of a big one. But see that, it's double there. I try to get to the edge of that.
Edge of what?
Edge of the, see, well, I can't. In behind here, where the seams are, see. I guess I can't really show you. But see,
Oh, up
like
in
that.
there.
Yeah.
Right, right.
See.
From where she sewed those two together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where I sewed them together. I pin it so far, and then when I go to quilting it, I still pin it closer. Because it just works out better for me. And I just left this binding was, this backing was too wide, so I just left that on. And then I'll cut that off when I turned it under.
When you finish this one, are you going to start another one?
Yeah, I'll start on another one.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a pieced one.
Now what's that? What do you mean by pieced?
This is pieced.
Okay, so do the whole thing pieced?
Yes,
As
like that one in on my bed.
As opposed to one with
The
the
embroidery.
Okay. So that's called a pieced one. What's this one called?
This is embroidered quilt.
Embroidered quilt. Okay.
Yeah.
That's. And what's applique?
Applique is when you put the material on the top of the material
Okay.
and tack it.
Okay.
I've made several appliques.
Are they hard?
No, I like to do them too, but so you have to watch the close for knots.
Yeah. Because if you get a knot, then you're in trouble.
Oh yeah. I might be in trouble now. I don't know.
Some little baby's not sleeping.
Isn't she?
I hear her up there.
Do you? I did it.
You go good.
If I have patience and think, then it goes better.
Now you made the one on your bed.
Oh yeah.
What's that called? What pattern?
That's a
is it?
flower garden. Now I've made.
Go sew
June
that,
has
June.
one of those.
Yeah, and you just did her a double wedding ring, didn't you?
Yes.
The blue one.
Uh-huh.
I love that. That's
Do ya?
great. Oh yeah.
I have a notion I must make another because I've got enough. I've got enough this blue material, and I've got quite a few. See my dresses. So many of my dresses are blue. They wouldn't be all. A lot of hers was bought in material. She bought it.
Right.
But, oh, this is the direction I
Yeah,
think
this
I'll
is
make
the hard way.
it.
You have a bunch of quilts, don't you, upstairs that you
Yes,
still
I have.
What will you do with all those?
Well, one year I gave the children each one for Christmas.
Yeah.
But I'll just, now like I say, I think I'll let Alice pick and see which one she wants. They'll probably be here when I'm going. Well, like that one, I just got it done since Dan's gone.
Oh,
The reason I did, I was saving it for a good quilt. But I thought, well, why can't I use it?
Right.
That quilt, so I'm just using it, you know.
I'd like to, do you mind if I look at some of those upstairs?
I'll tell you where they're at. They're in that north room, in those, I think they're in boxes.
Okay.
I'll tell you why I put them in boxes. We had coon trouble, and he had tore a board underneath of this window here, off of the house, and got in between the ceiling and the floor, see, and the floor upstairs.
No.
And so we had a little bit of trouble getting him out, and finally the boys got him out, and when he got out, then they nailed this heavy board on there. It's kind of ugly, but I want to get it painted sometime. And then here, and we caught, let's see what, no, we didn't catch him. We didn't catch him, so I think this is the same coon. Now this all happened since Dan's gone. And this fall, I heard something up there on the porch roof, see, walking around. And I thought, oh, that's that coon. And so Jim and Richard were in Canada fishing. So I think they was home the first time. And the second time I heard it, I got desperate. I heard him scratching. And I can see on the house where he has scratched, trying to get something off, you know. And so I called Rick.
Yeah.
And Rick came over and brought his live trap over. And nothing happened for about 3 days. All at once I heard him up there again. And sure enough, then I really heard him. He got in the trap. So I called Rick.
Started screaming and stuff.
Oh, really?
He was still up.
Oh yeah.
So he come, I tell you what, they had the trap clear against the house, and it was moved out about the middle of the porch
Oh,
already.
he would have probably gotten it off.
But yeah, I think he'd have fell off and probably got out.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, it would damage the trap. So I called Rick. He said, call me anytime. And I said, okay, I will. And so he come and he got him and took him out and shot him. So now, since then, I haven't heard any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But it worries me that with these low windows up there, and this one especially is cracked, I'm so afraid they'll get inside the room. Okay, then I took my good quilts and I put them in boxes and put them in that room. I thought, well, then I'd shut those doors.
Right.
Keep those doors closed. And then so if it gets into one of the rooms, it won't tear everything
Right.
out.
Ooh, that's not a good thought.
It's not a very good thought,
No.
I tell you. But you know, since then, so far I haven't heard any quilts. So
Good.
So I'm hoping that's the only one. And I think that's the one that was in the house before. And just as soon as Donnie's left up here, Margie said the coons took over.
Yeah.
Is there some place that we could have her down here that, so she'd be in the,
Well, the thing's light enough to carry around. The crib.
She wouldn't sleep down here. She'd hear us and want to see what
Really?
we're doing.
Okay.
Eventually she'll fall asleep, but I just think it's a different enough place.
yeah,
I'll go give her a pass and check her.
as long as she
She's
isn't
not
crying.
unhappy.
She's
playing.
not crying.
No.
Now, Tori Beth, she cries.
Hmm.
But Andrew never did that much. But you know, since he had this surgery, the poor little guy,
Oh,
he wakes
jeez.
up at night and cries.
Yeah.
They can't hardly, well, they'll pick him up and then he's satisfied.
Yeah. You wonder how much he remembers of it.
You wonder how much he really knowed.
Yeah.
But when they took him into surgery, they wasn't with him. The doctors and nurses took him in. And I guess they didn't have him sleeping yet. And they said he just laid there and pretty soon his lips started quivering. And he didn't holler out. And the tears just rolled. Then he reached his little arms up for the doctor. And the doctor picked him up. Held him till he went to sleep.
Jeez.
So
I
that
think
made
that'd be
that feel
so
good.
hard.
She said he at least,
Yeah.
thought enough of him to.
Got herself all uncovered.
Was she
Yeah, she's tired though. Her eyes are all red. You know, you can tell that it's time for a nap. She turned on her side and I covered her head with a blanket.